Hello, everybody. It's Bob Anderson, and today is April 2nd, 2025. Um, I have so today's Wednesday, so let's just update the week. Monday, I made I like I think it was $150. Tuesday, I hit a $500 trade in uh, in the NQ, and then I attempted a trade, so I had a little bit of confidence in me. Had a little bit of confidence in me. So I attempted a trade in gold for with two contracts, and something happened to me that. So let me just quickly explain it. So it was a long, of course. Anyways, the price pulled back to my I think it was to the overnight open or something. But anyways, price pulled back and the candle formed and then it closed and I dropped my order in there and then price took off just like I draw it up. The big green candle. Problem was, and again, chicken or the egg, I don't know, but my order on my screen went blank. Nothing there. So you know how it's a line telling you like where you entered and then your target and your stop, all that kind of stuff, right? The line, everything gone, just gone. Candle's still there, price action still going, big green candle taking off. And I've had something similar like to this happen before where there's just been a delay of my order hitting the screen. I mean, I've had I was so at first I wasn't freaking out. I was just kind of, especially since price was in my favor, I was just kind of sitting there and I was waiting for that line to pop up and then my target be there and that kind of stuff. And there's nothing. So I have a separate computer, which is my computer I use for my business, and I grab that computer and I open up my Ninja account, my actual live account. I open it up to see if maybe this is not showing me something, but I'm in with Ninja. So I could just either close it out or something. But there's nothing going on. My balance there is the same as my balance here before I, tried, attempted to take the trade. Long story short, um, this is a little mistake on my part. I didn't know this, but anyway. So, long story short, um, about 3-4 minutes, candles were going up, and then all of a sudden it just crashed. Well, when it crashed, it came down and it where my entry line was, boom, it put me in. So now all of a sudden I'm in a trade. I was still sitting at my computer when this happened, and I actually saw a price go down, take me in the trade, and then keep on going, and then hit my stop loss. Which again, all my ATMs have a stop loss period, and boom, $400 loss like that, just like that, and I was so pissed, and so what I subsequently did a little research. What I needed to do was go into my control panel, look to see on there if there were any outstanding orders, even though they're not showing on the screen, and cancel them, and then that wouldn't have happened. Okay, so that was a new one on me, I must admit. So then there's today. Today I took a trade in the NQ for $500. I'll show you that trade. Well, I'm going to quiz you and show you that trade. And then I also took the exact same setup in gold, and it took off, and then it rotated back, and I got knocked out at even. So I'm up, $500 today. And then I'm calling it a day. I have a very, very, very busy week. I set a house yesterday. I build modular homes. For those of you that don't know, I set a house yesterday. Big house on 20 acres. Beautiful house. I ordered 2 more houses yesterday. And I have to set another house that's getting delivered today. I have to set another house either tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. Still waiting to find out when the crane can get there. The crew is available either day. So, so I've got a very busy week. Anyways, so what I want to do is I'm going to do a little quiz, show you the trade show you where I took the trade. I'm going to show you the chart and see if you guys can recognize where I took the trade today in the NQ. Also, I then want to go backwards, and I want to show Monday and Tuesday price action in the NQ, maybe in gold too. But I want to show you what I've been talking about and how if you're utilizing the lines like I talk about, y'all should be up a lot of money this week. Now, I personally wasn't around to capitalize on all these trades, but I'm going to show them to you, and because again, it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to read you don't have to have 6 different oscillators on your chart where this line matches this line and crosses this line and does this and does this, and it's snowing on Tuesday, but it's going to rain on Wednesday, and you're supposed to know it's going to rain tomorrow. So Tuesday, this is when the trade works. I mean, come on, man. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, because as simple as possible is the way I need to understand it also. And the irony is, I find in trading, the simpler it is, the more likely it is that it's going to work. Because then there's not like 16 excuses as to why it didn't work. How many of you have ever been in a trading room where the quote unquote guru's sitting there and they take the trade and it doesn't work, and they come up with an excuse? Oh, well, see how these 2 lines were crossing on this oscillator? Well, notice how it rejected. Well, yeah, it rejected it because the trade failed. And then, or you can go back and you can look and see all the after the fact. See the line crossed here and see what price did? Well, yeah, because you're looking at it after the fact. Price kept going, the line still crossed. I mean, come on. Trying to make this as simple as possible, so that you can see, because I've been down that road. I've worn all those jerseys. I've bought into this. I bought into that. And then and one of the things I talk about in here with this quote unquote strategy I'm talking about, main thing is I go into these trades anticipating 50% loss. Okay? I'm anticipating a 50% win rate. Is that actuality? No, I think my win rate's higher than 50%. But I go into it anticipating a loss. I don't go into it saying that, oh my, this trade's gonna work, and have a blind faith that all these trades are gonna work, because I don't believe that. But the main thing is that I'm also going into these trades knowing that my targets have to be bigger than my stop losses. My targets have to be bigger than my losses, because no matter what in trading, that is what's going to make me profitable. Anyways, so let me show you some charts and let's go from there. Hold on. All right, so this is the NQ for today. I want to see if you can figure out where I took my one trade without me putting it on the chart. Can you tell me where I got my $500? Well, it wasn't in the pre-market, even though, interestingly enough, in the pre-market, we slammed through the prior day low. I mean, the prior day open, crossed over, went through it by one tick and came down. It's like, how many times do I have to see this happen? That scenario. Wow. Anyways, so let's go back to the market opens, blows through the prior day open. This is the prior day close. This is the current day open. But anyways, so we have these reset candles down here. See these? They're all below the gold line. Before the big crossover, create a Donchian high. Notice, see, here we had a down and then an up. The key as to where do we start checking for a smooth pullback is the highest point. The highest point. So it's not this pullback, it's this pullback. The highest point before we come to the gold line. Okay? Smooth pullback, candle closes, long here at about 19,500. Out right back at I got out literally right back at the daily, the Donchian high, which is $500. If I'd have followed the back of the candles with my stop and had my target up here at the overnight open, which would have been the prudent trade for somebody that's not clueless like me. But anyways, because I'm clueless, if I'd have followed the back of the candles when this candle closed, I'd have been out up in here. Would have been like an extra $300. So it really would have been an $800 trade. And if it had gone up here, well, you could pretty much guess from there. I mean, 500, 600, that's a whole 100. That's a whole 100. So that'd have been 400 ticks, that'd have been $2,000. Holy cow. That'd have been $2,000. I really need to work on my trade management. I really do. Now, it didn't go for $2,000, okay, without doing all this garbage. So let's talk about what I didn't. So I want you to understand this, even though it pulled back and then we went above it, which invalidates a smooth pullback, no longer counts because this ultimately pulled up and created a new high for the pullback. Okay? So, now, step 2. Why wasn't I focused on this one? Well, I talk about that. If I'm going to do, if again, I want to hit 1 or 2 good trades a day if I can. Okay? And try to, what I need to work on personally is how to maximize the results from those trades. But that's a Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. So I can only deal with the mental fortitude that I have. Anyways, so that being said, we didn't have a reset and we crossed over. So this would have been the second attempt. Not only that, but when this candle closed right here, which would have been our trigger candle for us to have a long, on here, we were 5 minutes to the news. There was news right here. That's why this candle's so ugly. Okay. So so there's 2 reasons. The main is I just don't want to be doing second attempts if I can avoid it. Okay. Until the market proves to me it's a trending market, which that's no proof here. Hell, we're still inside the overnight open. We're inside yesterday's activity. So this is a consolidation day right now, as of right now. Okay. The other possible issue, when this blew through and sat on top of the overnight open, I will admit I was looking for a potential long here back to the daily high. prior day high. Okay, because that's 645, let's just say. So there's 45 points there. I'm looking for about 25 points. So, so if this candle right here, when it closed, if this candle right here had broken the top, I had plenty of points to get my target, to get my $500. Okay. But it just didn't. It kept rolling right over. And there we are. All right. So that's one issue. Or those are two trades I didn't take and why I didn't take them or even attempt them. Okay. So now let me just quickly show you gold and show you the one trade. Again, does anybody have any idea what trade I took? Anybody have any idea what trade I took? First off, I want to mention this. See this right here? This is where the market opens, 820 for gold. Okay, so we have a reset per se because we're down here. We're on the south side of the gold line, and we crossed over. Now we did have a test here. I mean, this could technically be your first attempt, but let's just hypothetically say this did not happen. Here's what I was talking about with the NQ about the tops. You see this top here? That went down towards this. This came back up, and this top was exactly the same. So if that top is the same and or less, this pullback is not a valid pullback, okay, because of this in the middle. If this pushes the Donchian channel up, then the restart is from here back to here. It's not here anymore. But because this did not cancel this, because this candle did not push up and cancel this as the starting pivot, this is the one you're using. So this is not a valid setup, okay? Just want to get that pointed out, all right? And then, of course, look at all this. There's no resets. This is all just bouncing around. Doesn't matter that you had a Donchian high and a pullback into your gold line. None of that matters. You didn't have a reset. Also, you're trading right into your Donchian high. I mean, no gap, no space. I mean, remember, you're supposed to, let me point this out again. Remember, you're supposed to see this area right here when you do pull back as your potential resistance area. You don't know why price went from here to here. So the same thing here. So when this goes up, creates a new Donchian high and kind of pulls back, and then you put an order here, you're trading right into resistance without any room to build up energy. Okay? So let's keep going. What is the trade that I took? Well, some may say, well, did you take the red line here? Because that was a pretty smooth pullback. And to be honest with you, no, I didn't. I actually didn't take this red line long here. Still a little early for me to be looking at those red lines. This is just me being honest. I will tell you this. I was looking for this. This right here, one freaking tick from hitting the prior day overnight open, i.e., the situation right here. Okay? One tick, and then off it went. So anyways, but that's neither here nor there. Anybody see the trade yet? Well, you should have seen it already. Reset right here. Price binging, up, Donchian high, daily high, smooth pullback, boom, boom. Order right here. Up. Target was up here. I was looking for this up here. I made my target up here. So about $400 I'm looking for on one contract, and then bam, down it came, knocked me out at even, along with Everybody else had taken that exact same trade because watch this. Yee doggy, down goes Frazier. That's why you got to have your stops tight and be paying attention, because you could get railroaded real fast, and there goes all your profits for the week and everything else because you had hopium on that trade working. Okay? So the next one of the other things I want to talk about just quickly here is let me set up this chart. Hold on here. I want to get my chart the way I want it, and I'm going to put up the NQ. Okay, I'm going to put up the NQ without the moving averages on there. All right. This is the one we were talking about today. Okay. So let's go to Monday. That's where I want to go to. Monday. Monday. Where's Monday? Where is Monday? There it is. Here's Monday. All right. Here's Monday. So let's get to where the market opened. Okay, here's where it opens. All right. So we got no moving averages on here. I'm just trying to talk about the lines. So when I was trading Monday, where are my lines? Well, they're way up here. Okay. You see them all up here from the prior day, the current day, all that kind of stuff. So, I dicked and dunked some money, whatever. I think I made $150. Monday wasn't a big day. And then I went about my day doing my business. Then what happened? I don't know. I shut my charts off. I came back later on that evening and looked at the charts. Let's just pay attention here for a second. Let's do this candle by candle. Okay? Let's just do this candle by candle. So I'm going to I'm going to open that up. There we go. Let's just do this candle by candle and see if we can recognize some trade entries without the moving averages, just the lines. See if we can recognize some trade entries. So we're moving up to the overnight open in a meandering approach. Now, see, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. 1:30 in the afternoon. Almost 2 o'clock. Now it's 2 o'clock. Eastern Standard Time. And we go wham. Holy cow. We go wham. Right through the overnight open. Okay. All right. Hold on here. We'll see what happens here. There's a potential for a short right here if we get a rejection because of this long run up. We'll see what happens here. Oh, now we don't have a potential. But we still have potential for a rejection because we are continuing to scream straight up. Okay? We'll see what happens here. We still, now, okay, so let me blow this up here so we can see better. We haven't hit these resistance areas yet. Remember, this is the prior day low right here. This is the prior day close. Up here is the current day high. Okay? So we're not worried about the current day high. We're not trading that because that's a fluid thing. It hasn't been established as a line in the sand until tomorrow. Okay? So, where is the prior day high? Let's see if it's in here. Where is it? Way up here? Yeah, here's the prior day high, way up here. So we're probably not going to be seeing that today. All right, so here we go. God, I didn't realize it was that far up there. Anyway, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Hold on here. Next candle. Oh, okay. So now we have screamed all the way to these lines. Okay, so are we looking for a rejection? It's definitely a possibility for a rejection here, without a doubt. Okay, definitely a possibility. and you'd be trading from here to here. You know, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Isn't that amazing? So, entry. Now, why did we take the okay, again, what is the point of the rejection? What are we looking for? We're looking for it to reach if we're going to take the rejection. The crossover retest doesn't have as much to worry about. But the rejection, if you're going to take this short, you're looking for reach. Can you see any more reaching than that? Boom, boom. Now what do you have? Let's just talk about this. You have space. You have the current day open. Okay? You got bounced from, I've talked about this. The most powerful line on the chart is this one. Current day open. Watch this. Anybody watching? You still watching? You still paying attention? You still looking for the target? There's your target. So, just for conversational purposes, this is 49 to 19, which is 40 points. Okay? 40 points. All right? And then the rejection, long is from 335 back to, I'd say, 355. Let's just make it that. So that's 20 points. Now, just keep watching. Just keep watching. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Be honest with you, I think it crosses over and retests. Give me a second here. I can't remember. Now, again, I'm not looking for this second attempt here because it's not this screaming monster from here to here, back to here. Okay? So no, I'm not looking, even though that did have a reject, I'm not looking for that. Okay? Again, it's kind of like, how do I say this? It's kind of like the 1 minute gold line. It's that first one you're looking for. Each additional one after, good luck. Okay? Because now you're going to the well too often. All right? Crossover. Keep watching. It's 2:30. Crossover. 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 All right? Do we get a retest? I think we do. Hold on here. Crossover. Do we get a retest? Maybe not. I can't remember. Oh, there it is. Okay, now there's a retest. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. There it is right there. This candle still north of the prior day low. Nope. Now this one's below it. Okay, hold on here. Let's open this up. This one's below it. This one's below it by a freaking like a point, which in the NQ is like nothing. So, all right, let's just keep watching. Holy cow. Okay, hold on here. Okay, Donchian high. Keep on watching. Remember, this shook us out right here. This, man. All right, keep on watching. Back. Come on. All right, there we go. All right, now, a new high, new Donchian high. Back to this line. We'll see what happens. Uh-oh. 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 Are we going back to the high or not? Yes, we did. So, for conversational purposes, this entry, which smooth, screaming pullback, from a new daily high. Forget this thing, which, by the way, works as a beauty otherwise, but I would not have been taking it. But this one, 365 to 415 is 50 points. That just, and this is done at 3:15 in the afternoon. So this all started at 2:15. So in an hour, you had these absolutely gorgeous crossover, rejection, crossovers, crossover that failed, in my opinion, to a crossover that worked. 110 points in the NQ with one contract, $2,200. $2,200. $2,200. Can you see the big green candle? Can you see the big red candle? Can you see the green candle? This kind of got a little here, but I mean, it never broke below it till it hit your target. Why do we not do this? Because we're back at it the second time. Okay, from here, roll up, missed, created a new high, same thing, boom, gone. I can't say much more than that. By the way, I did the same. I mean, you go back and look at. You can go back if you just to add insult to injury. It did it again at 3:30. Just to add insult to injury, but it did exactly it. To add insult to injury, it did it again at 3:30. But anyways, I did the same. If you go back and you look, I think it was yesterday also, which was Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. So here's Tuesday, just for fun. Let's look at Tuesday quickly. By the way, crossover, retest, rejection. This is at like 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at night. I mean, I don't make these things up. I'm just showing them to you. So let's go and look when the market's open, because I don't remember, but I think there was some good activity. Let's get the market open. Open. By the way, retest, rejection. Where are we? After the crossover, retest, rejection. Again, pre-market. Let's get to the market opening. All right, here's the market opening. Let's get past some of the screaming news. All right, now we're okay. Here we are. So now the market's going. What I would be looking for right here is a crossover retest. That's what I'd be looking for. If at all available, I don't see it screaming up to here. Even if it goes to here, we're not in a smooth pattern for a rejection, in my opinion. All right, so let's just see. Oh my God. Did it literally tick it and go up? Did it literally tick it and go up? Please tell me no. Because remember, these blue dots are the prior day close. This is the current day overnight open. Okay. Come on. All right. Okay. So it broke both of them. I don't remember what happens, seriously. But I would be looking for a long. I'm still looking for a long. Now I'm looking for a long right here. If this is me. Hold on here. Oh, nothing. Okay. All right. Nothing. All right. Nothing. I'm not looking for nothing right now. We've been hanging around down here, hanging around. I'm not looking for anything right now. This is me personally. Oh, it looks like we had news at 10 o'clock anyways. Okay. Oh, yeah, we definitely had news. All right. I'm just going through yesterday's Price action. Let me see. Okay. Ah, dang it. See if anything happened crazy to pay attention to. So far, no. So far, no. Okay. Well, nothing there. Hopefully a crossover retest. Are we going to get a crossover retest? Ooh, come on. Give me a retest. Give me a retest. Give me a retest. Okay, well, we're at the daily high, prior day high. This is questionable because you did have a pretty good run up here. Man, this is not doing anything good. All right, now, okay, let's see if we get a retest. Let's see if we get a retest. Get a retest. Come on, give me a retest. Did you run off on me? Oh, you did. You dog. You dog. Yeah, it did. All right. So yesterday was, looks like basically nothing. Man, hold on here. Yeah, basically nothing. Just blew right through the prior day high. Yeah, yesterday was nothing. Yesterday was nothing. All right. Anyway, so you saw what happened on Monday, which was just insane, if you ask me, insane. And you see the pattern. If you reach, and you're getting a rejection from the bottom or the top where price was coming from all along, that's your chance to take that rejection. If price crosses over, creates space, sits on top, that's when you're looking for the continuation of the trade, either to the short side or to the long side, off those lines. And then you should be looking for the line above you or the line below you, depending on the direction of the trade, as your potential target. If it's not something crazy, otherwise I'd be looking for my standard trades, my standard situations. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's my video for today. I'm sorry it got a little long and arduous. But anyways, I just trying to beat it into you. I was so excited what I saw on Monday, and I do like to have that in my arsenal, along with my red line trades, along with my 1 minute gold line trade. My objective is to just figure out how to make bigger profits on the trades that do set up for me, that meet all my rules. Everybody have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.